What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the program. We're switching gears a little bit today, and we're checking out something as American as apple pie. Country music. We have Blaine Larson. I'm not familiar with Blaine Larson. He is an American country music artist, but from what I can tell, his country music career has been put on hiatus or put on hold. He's now 34 years old. This was off of his debut album, which came out in 2004, which would have made him just 18 years old when this came out. So let's have a listen. This is titled, How Do You Get That Lonely? Official video. Let's have a listen and see what it's all about. I don't listen to country a lot, but I do have a certain fondness and affinity for some country music. But when I do listen to country music, it's usually in a pickup truck, driving down a dusty or dirt road, sunshine, wind in your hair. That type of imagery is what I always associate, and where I get that country feeling. Arm hanging out the side of the window, warm breeze coming in, country music playing. That's what I think about when I think about country music. I don't know about this gentleman's style of country, so let's see what we're going to get. I have no idea. And we've all been put through the unfortunate existence of country trap music. I don't know what they call it, but I'm just kidding. I like all genres. All right. Blaine Larson. How do you get that moment? So, describing a suicide, sounds like to me. Right on the second page, right under the Tigers score. They said he was just 18 years old. They found him on his bedroom floor. I gotta say, he doesn't look like his voice sounds. I know that's a strange thing, but he's... So that line is reiterated at the end. It was just...
underneath the Tigers football score.
Talking about this, the news story and how it's on the second page and underneath the high school football score. It sort of drives home that point that, well, at least in this context, in this particular song, of the almost sadly inconsequential nature of this tragedy. And the music video sort of has him driving through town. We don't know that he's going to the funeral. But he sort of sees all of these different people, and they share small little moments. So you have all of these little vignettes building up. The song at its core, musically it's very kind of typical country song, but the tune and all of the music aside, because that's not necessarily the core of the emotional weight of this track. It's about us, like everybody, like people, because we're emotional creatures, and it never hurts to ask somebody if they're doing okay. It never hurts to check up on somebody, and just check in, and say, are you doing okay? Is there anything I could do for you? Do you need to talk? Anything like that. Because, suicide primarily, and forgive me if this is somewhat of a stereotype or inaccurate in any way, but suicide typically is usually most frequent among the younger generations, teenagers into the 20s and 30s. And I know that people of all ages, of course, suffer from a myriad of issues, from depression to drug and substance abuse to familial problems, PTSD. There's a huge trove of things that it could be. And the explanations aren't always so clear. But, and now, especially with social media, where we think we're connected, but really we're becoming almost more disconnected. Because you don't some people don't, and now, especially in quarantine and everything that's going on around the globe in terms of current events, the connectivity that you need as a person, you need that human connection. I think for many, it has been a difficult adaptation in this time, because you don't necessarily get those events, those social events, those social get-togethers, community center. Like, there's so many networks of connectivity that have been sort of suppressed. I don't know about suppressed, but they're kind of been put on the back burner because everybody else is worried about paying their next bill, surviving. Just social media and the news media, mass media. And I don't even know if it's any menace within those networks, but they definitely are poking, prodding, manipulating, scaring, and contributing to people's neurosis, senses of loneliness, senses of divisiveness, where we're looking at others in different ways. I'm kind of just spouting about this track, rambling a little bit, you could say. But it's a cool track. It's definitely very emotional. Yeah. So, yeah. Check up on people. Check up on them. Make sure they're doing okay. Because life is fickle and short. So, cherish the moment. Live in the moment. And enjoy the moments. And, yeah. Keep that in mind. All right, we'll see you soon. That was Blaine Larson. How do you get that lonely?